Hello children, welcome back. This is Maushami Chakravarti and today I will discussing with you all meaning and nature of principles of accounting part 2. If you all have not gone through the first video, please go and watch it carefully. Today we will be discussing first with the various accounting principle. The first important accounting principle is business entity principle. In this, the business is considered to be separate from its owner. Business transactions are recorded in the books of account from the business point of view and not from the owner's point of view. Owner, being regarded as separate from the business, are considered as creditors to the business to the extent of their capital. This principle applies to every form of enterprises, including proprietorship firm also. Next, money measurement principle. According to the money measurement principle, transactions and events that can be measured in terms of money are recorded in the books of account of the enterprise. Stating differently, money is the common denomination in recording and reporting transaction. Few limitations of this concept can be told as transactions and events that cannot be measured in terms of money are not recorded in the books of account, and the value of money is every time considered to be a static value, that is stable, as the transactions are recorded in the value on the transaction date. Accounting period principle. As per this principle, the life of an enterprise is broken into smaller periods so that its performance is measured at regular interval. The accounts of an enterprise are maintained following the going concern concept, meaning the enterprise shall continue its activity for a longer period of time, and the users of accounting statement, especially the management and the external users like bank, can check the records at every regular interval so that decisions can be taken at appropriate time. Full disclosure principle. As per this principle, there should be complete and understandable reporting on the financial statement of all significant information relating to the economic affairs of the entity. Apart from that, legal requirement, good accounting practices requires all material and significant information to be disclosed. Disclosure of material information will result to a better understanding between the users of accounting. Materiality concept. As per this concept, every relative importance of an item or an event is given to the knowledge of material, means an item should be recorded as a material if there is a reason to believe that knowledge of it would influence the decision of any informed investors. Only those transactions are important facts and items which are useful and material for the business. The firm need not record immaterial and insignificant transaction in this principle. Prudence and conservatism. As per this principle, it is described that using a phrase, do not anticipate a profit but provide for all possible losses. The application of this concept ensures that the financial statement do not point a better picture than what it actually is. Prudence and conservatism principle prescribe that anticipated expenses and loss should be accounted. Thus, the result liability may be overstated. It has a drawback as it may be used to create secret reserves. Next, historical cost concept or principle. As per this, an asset is recorded in the books of account at the time it is paid to acquire it, and the cost is the basis for all subsequent accounting of the asset. Asset is regarded at cost of the time of its purchase but systematically reduced, charging depreciation. The market value of the asset changes with the passage of time. Next, matching concept principle. As per this principle, the business is to determine profit periodically. It is necessary to match revenue of the period with the expenses of that period to determine the correct profit and loss for the accounting period. Profit earned by the business during the period can be correctly measured only when the revenue earned during the period matches with the expenditures incurred to earn that particular revenue. Dual aspect principle. As per this concept, every transaction entered into by an enterprise has two aspects, that is debit and credit of equal amount. This fundamental concept is basically based on the concept of dual principle, that is debiting and crediting. Revenue recognition concept. As per this concept, revenue is considered to have been realized when a transaction has been entered into and the obligation to receive the amount is established. It is very important to record the transaction on the day or time when actually the recording has taken place. Verifiable objective concept, which tells us that accounting should be free from any personal bias. Measurement that are based on verifiable evidence are regarded as objective. It means all the accounting transaction should be evidence and supported by the business document. These supporting documents may be cash memos, invoices, sales bill, etc. Thank you, children. The remaining part will be continued in my next video. Have a nice day.